Good evening, my name is Lisa Guerrero and today is June 14, 2018. Today we are working on the lab for environmental influences on microbial growth, salt tolerance testing. So this is part one. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna light our candle. So using the broths that we have from weeks ago, this is the S. epidermidis and then the S. cerevisiae. We're gonna go ahead and utilize those to see the salt tolerance testing in each of them, depending on the amount of sodium contained inside of the broth tube. So this is our tube with the 1% NaCl, and this one is for S. cerevisiae. It's been labeled. And then we have another one for the 1% for S. epidermidis. Same thing, we have a 7% with S. cerevisiae and a 7% with S. epidermis, and a 15% with S. cerevisiae and a 15% with S. epidermis. So basically these all have a different amount of sodium content, and we're gonna see how our bacteria responds to it. I have a pipette here filled with alcohol, so we're gonna get started. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up our broth for the S. epidermidis, and we're gonna run it through the fire here so that we can make sure we don't introduce any more microorganisms. And we'll open up the other containers and do the same thing. And so since this is the S. epidermis. Sorry, I almost did the wrong one. So this one's labeled S. epidermis. I'll leave the other one for the next broth. So this one's S. epidermis. So I'm gonna go ahead and pipette 2 drops of the S. epidermis broth into the S. epidermis. This is the 1%. That's two drops. And then, just to save some time, I'm gonna go ahead and do all of the S. epidermis. So this one is the 7%. And then we'll put 2 drops. 1, 2. And then we're gonna have the 15% of the S. epidermis. Same thing. 1, 2. And then we have to flame these. We have to make sure that we didn't introduce any other bacteria before we close them back up. Okay, so we're done with the S. epidermis. We got the 1%, the 7%, and the 15%. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna utilize, for the S. epidermis, the initial broth, we're gonna go ahead and flame that again. And then we're gonna seal it and we'll put this away for future use. All right, so now we have the S. cerevisiae. So for the S. cerevisiae, we'll go ahead and do the same. We're gonna run it through the flame. This is the 1%. And I'm just gonna open all of these for the S. cerevisiae. That way we don't have to be back and forth. All right, and in each of these, we're gonna introduce 2 drops of the original broth. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so we're gonna flame these. That way we can seal them. And then the original broth for the S. cerevisiae, we're gonna flame, and we're gonna put this away. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture of these tubes and upload them, and then also I'm gonna put them in incubation for 48 hours. I'll return the original broths to the fridge, and then we will see you once these have incubated for 48 hours to see what it is that we came up with. Thank you so much.